Good day, class. Let us continue our discussion on the examples of moral standards. So, the first one is honesty. Honesty is all about being truthful and transparent in all our actions na ginagawa. Say, for example, is ang taong nakapulot ng wallet, then he will make an effort na isoli ito sa owner. So, that's the standard of honesty. Pangalawa is respect for others. So, this is standard emphasizes yung pagtrato natin sa ating kapwa with dignity and consideration, regardless kung sang-ayon man tayo or hindi sa kanilang mga sinasabi. Again, we should try to listen to their opinion kahit nagdi-disagree tayo sometimes, just to show respect for them. Next is fairness. Okay, the idea of this standards that individuals should be treated equally and justly, na walang favoritism or discrimination. Okay, so the example here is the teacher, na dapat equal yung pagbibigay niya ng grade sa kanyang mga estudyante based on the same criteria, na she has to make sure that everyone ay mayroong tinatawag na equal opportunity to succeed. So that's being fair. So number 4 is all about responsibility. So this example of moral standards involves yung tinatawag na accountability. So accountability, ibig sabihin you are held accountable for your actions and their consequences. Okay, example natin dito is yung magulang who takes the responsibility sa kanilang anak na to send them to school or support yung kanilang education by actively participating in school activities. Okay, and of course supporting their learning demonstrate this moral standard. So responsibility is being accountable for your actions, and of course yung consequences of our actions. Number 5 is compassion or pagiging mahabagin sa Pilipino. This is being showed by kindness and empathy toward others. For example, yung pakikiramay natin sa mga nawalan ng mahal sa buhay or mga taong nasalanta ng kalamidad. May papakita natin ang compassion by showing kindness and empathy towards other people. Next is integrity. This adheres to moral and ethical principles even when it is difficult or inconvenient. So let's say for example is you're having an examination, tapos umalis yung teacher ninyo. So kahit walang nagbabantay or nakakita, you're still doing your responsibility as a student. Okay, that's being integrity. You still do the right thing kahit walang nakakita. That's integrity. Next is justice. Justice is all about yung ensuring fairness and equity sa pagtrato sa lahat ng tao. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Specifically on the distribution of resources. So dapat lahat ay makatanggap na walang pinipili. Okay, so that's justice. An example of this, another example is yung pie halimbawa. Or let's say for example is buko pie. So dapat 'di ba pantay-pantay ang pagkaka-slice nun. Okay, hindi kasi patas kapag may malaki, may maliit. So justice should be served sa bawat isa sa atin. No, sa lahat, justice is for everybody. Walang kinikilingan, walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Okay? Next is loyalty. Loyalty is all about being faithful and supportive. Kanino? Sa inyong family, sa inyong kaibigan, even to your organizations, and of course, relationship. Loyalty matters. Di ba? Napaka big deal sa atin kapag ang isang tao hindi naging loyal or unfaithful siya. So that's the standard of loyalty. We'll now proceed to the non-moral standards. So non-moral standards, these are criteria or norms that are not related to ethical considerations, focusing instead on practical, functional, or aesthetic aspect. So, ibig sabihin, non-moral standards, these are dictated by social norms. Okay? Like for example, your teacher says na hindi ka pwedeng pumasok sa klase ko kasi wala kang ID. No ID, no entry. That's norms, social norms. Okay? It's not related to our morality bilang isang tao. Okay? Pwede kang sabihan ng ganon na no ID, no entry. What else? Social norms, wag kang magsasalita if your mouth is full, something like that. They can judge your manners as good or bad, okay, by talking when your mouth is full. So that's non-moral standards. It is dictated by social norms. Okay? So examples of non-moral standards, we have standards of etiquette, okay, by which we judge manners as good or bad. Example is sa pagkain. Okay, we have manners habang kumakain. So we have standards of etiquette lalo sa pagkain, yung table manners. So we can be judged as good or bad when it comes to table manners. Okay? Pero wala itong kinalaman, it has no moral implications. Sa moral standards kasi it is all about it affects our well-being as a humans. Kapag yung moral standards ang pinag-uusapan. Next is standards we call the law by which we judge something as illegal or illegal. Say for example is medical cannabis or marijuana, we call that as illegal here in the Philippines. Next is standards of aesthetics by which we judge art as good or rubbish. We can judge art na maganda or hindi maganda. That's non-moral standards. It has nothing to do with our morality. Okay? This being dictated by social norms. So therefore, class, ito yung way of distinguishing natin dito sa dalawang standards. in moral standard, it has something to do with our common good or general welfare of the people, specifically on our morality. Do not harm innocent people or don't steal. That is moral standard. It is dictated by morality. And then moral standard says, yan, social norms, dictated by social norms like don't text while driving or don't talk when your mouth is full. Again, class, our objectives is to differentiate these two standards. So, if we say non-moral standards, it is dictated by social norms. And if we say moral standards, it is dictated by morality. Ito yung pagkakaiba ng dalawang standards. Let us proceed to moral reasoning prior to the discussion doon sa 7 steps moral reasoning model. So, define muna natin. Ito or it is a type of reasoning, no? Directed towards deciding what to do. So, ito yung nakatutulong in our decision making. Okay? That involves forming judgment kung ano yung dapat nating gawin. So, mahalaga ang moral reasoning. Ito'y may crucial part sa ating decision making. So let us now proceed to the 7-step moral reasoning model. So the first step is stop and think. So it is best to take a moment muna before making any decision. You have to pause or step back. Ibig sabihin ay hindi tayo dapat reckless or padalos-dalos sa ating mga ginagawang desisyon para hindi tayo magkamali. Okay, we need to stop and think. Next is clarify goals. So, kailangan malinaw kung ano yung goal natin in making our decision. Like for example, why did you take the course BSHM? I am pretty sure that you have a goal. Why did you take that course, di ba? So ngayon pa lang, before you make any decisions, okay, you have to clarify your goals. Okay? Mapa short term or long term man yan, kailangan mayroon tayong goal. It directs us kasi, no? Kung mayroon tayong goal, hindi tayo mawawala sa focus if mayroon tayong nilulook forward na goal. Next is determine facts. Okay? In determine facts, you have to gather enough information before you make a choice. Okay? Never make a choice on the basis of hearsay or yung tinatawag nating sabi-sabi lang. Lalo na sa court, hindi ebidensya yung or hindi kinakatigan or pinapakinggan sa court yung hearsay. Kailangan verified by facts, may ebidensya or supported by facts. Halimbawa, may nagsabi na hindi man ng BSHM na course, for example. Before you make any decision, kailangan i-verify mo muna kung totoo ba yung sinasabi na yan. Kailangan back up by or supported by facts. Kausapin mo yung mga graduate ng HM. Ano yung mga trabaho nila ngayon. So, by doing that, di ba makikita mo you can gather enough information from them kung totoo ba na hindi man. Okay, for example lang yun na. Okay, so never make a choice on the basis of hearsay. So develop options naman, you have to try to come up with alternative options. Likas naman sa atin yan, yung pagiging maparaan natin. May plan A, may plan B tayo. Say for example is, ang first course mo talaga or priority course mo talaga is board course. Yung hindi ka pumasa sa entrance exam. Then, come up with alternative option para makapag-aral ka. You should take the non-board course. Diba? Or you should look for other schools. Pero lahat naman kasi may entrance exam. So again, you have to try to come up with alternative options. Plan A, Plan B. Ganong bagay ay makakapag-aral ka pa rin, di ba? So you have to develop options. Number 5 is consider consequences. So in decision making class, you have to consider din yung consequences. Okay? Hindi pa man din nangyayari, but you have to consider. You have to look forward. Kailangan maging futuristic tayo, sorry. No? Futuristic tayo. Kailangan visualize natin yung mga possible na outcome ng ating decision. Sa ganon ay, di ba, maiwasan nating magkamali. Okay? But, if ever mag-fail yung ating decision, then the important thing is you learn your lesson, di ba? So, the best thing to do is you have to make sure talaga na yung decision mo is hindi mo pagsisisihan sa bandang huli. So, you have to consider consequences. Then, you have to choose, of course. Ibig sabihin, you have to make a decision. Hindi pwedeng wala kang gawin. Okay? Kung gusto mong magbago or may magbago sa buhay mo, you have to make a decision. Then, if the choice is hard to make, then try to consult other people na may karanasan na sa pinagdadaanan mo. Find people with a virtuous character. Okay? Yung talagang mapagkakatiwalaan mong tao. Pwede mo silang lapitan kung nahihirapan ka sa pagdidesisyon. Okay? Before you make a decision. Then after your decision, mahalaga class na minomonitor mo ito. Ini-evaluate mo. Ano yung epekto? Maganda ba or hindi? Okay, successful ba o hindi? You have to monitor your decision. And then kung nakita mo na may igaganda pa, kung nakita mo na may kailangang baguhin mo. You have to modify. Okay? Para sa ikabubuti ng lahat. Okay? Monitor what happens after your decision, sabi dyan, and have enough humility or humbleness to modify your action or behavior kung kinakailangan. Okay? Makinig ka sa mga advice ng taong malalapit sa'yo kung ano yung dapat mong gawin, especially yung ating mga magulang. And do not hesitate to revise your decision kung kailangan na dapat may baguhin sa iyong decision in the light of new developments in the situation. Again, so you have to monitor and modify your decision. So that ends our discussion class. Pasensya na, hindi ko kayo mamimit ng live. or synchronously, for the reason na I had to take my wife sa hospital. Schedule niya kasi for check-up and kabuanan niya na ngayon. So, I have to take care of her. Pasensya na. And see you on our next meeting. God bless us all.